What's up, YouTubes? You are now in my room, so high five. So this is going to be my introductory video for my YouTube channel. I'm not exactly sure what it's going to be of, and at the moment I don't have any intentions to try to become, a very successful YouTuber. I just need to make this channel right now. And I'll tell you why, and I'll tell you my intentions after I finish introducing myself. So for the last 8 months, if not longer, I could consider myself very sad. And this doesn't mean depressed to the extent that other people have been. I haven't had suicidal thoughts, and I haven't been crying every day or anything like that. I mean, I've gone through that at some point in my life, but that's not where I am right now. And this really bothers me, because in reality, I have no reason to be sad. I had a really bad back injury, and that's pretty much better now. I went through a really bad breakup. I'm over her now. My dogs are alive, my mom is alive, my dad is alive, my siblings are alive. I haven't suffered any loss of life from anyone around me at all. I live in New York, which is maybe the biggest city in the world. I don't know, I don't care. And it certainly is one of the largest pools of opportunity for any one person. And I still feel like I haven't done anything. And I think that's why I've been so depressed. So here's a summary of my last 8 months. I was going to school, I was going to NYU, I was living alone, I was working here and there. And I was kind of happy, but I really wasn't. I can't even describe it. I guess you can see I had this sense of like melancholy. But anyways, the reason why I'm saying 8 months in particular is because around that time I started losing hair. Wait a second, what do we have? I don't know if you can see these little bald patches. But anyways, I started losing hair. I had a big patch here. I was losing hair over here in little patches, and it's only now growing back. But around that time, up until like 4 months ago, I was just stressed out all the time for no real reason. And I know I suffer from some sort of anxiety, but it was never so bad as to make me lose hair. So I had some money saved up, and along with the help of my parents, I was able to go traveling, which was one of the best things that could have happened for me. So I planned the trip to Thailand for 1 month. And once that month was over, I did absolutely everything that I could to stay longer. And I ended up staying another month. I sold a lot of shit. I borrowed a lot of money. I begged my parents. And I was lucky enough to do this. And this was the only time in the last 5 years that I have felt happy. And prepare yourselves, because this is about to get even more annoying. And the reason why I was happy was because I was finally alone. And while I was there, I had a chance to just explore life and to just work on my writing, which is ultimately, what I want to do. I want to be an author. And it was just so amazing. And by the time I got back, my hair finally started growing back, and like, it was just an indescribable feeling. So I got back about 2 months ago now. And when I did come back, I knew that I no longer wanted to go out. I knew that I wanted to spend more time alone and to focus on my goal. And for about 2 weeks I did. I got back and I still had the excuse of having traveled for 2 months. So I now was telling everyone like, hey, I need some time alone because I'm exhausted from traveling. After those 2 weeks, as soon as I saw one of my friends, I saw another one, and then another one, and then I fell into this horrible routine of doing the same stuff over and over again. And then last week I woke up and I was just so depressed. I woke up and I was literally depressed for no reason other than the fact that I had not been taking control of my own life. That morning I knew something had to change. I sat down and I had to reflect upon what it is that I really wanted to do and what it is that I had been doing. Because up until then, it seemed like everything I was doing, no matter who I was with, I was seeing it all through these glasses per se, right? And these glasses, these shades, were simply sadness or depression or unhappiness with myself. And I now know that until I do every single thing that I need to do, until I take care of my priorities every single day, I'm not gonna be happy, no matter who I'm with, no matter where I am. Because if I'm unhappy with myself, then whatever I see is gonna have this shade of unhappiness. In comparison, if these huge bug-eyed glasses are a state of mind that represent happiness, then everywhere I go, you know, everywhere I am, I'm gonna be happy. But both of those forms of perception are a reflection of what I am at the moment. And at the moment, I've been unhappy with myself, and that's why I've been so unhappy with everyone else. So, what does it take to be happy? Hi YouTube, I'm Danny Leva, and let's pretend I look exactly the same as I did last week. I accidentally deleted a very important portion of this video. For now, let's just pretend that I look exactly the same. I'm gonna put this into the video, then the rest of the video that I do have is gonna, you know, continue on as normal. So as I was saying, 2 weeks ago I woke up and I was fucking, well, 3 weeks ago now. I woke up and I was literally depressed. I wasn't sad anymore, I was really fucking depressed. So I sat down and I thought about what it was that I was doing or wasn't doing, and I made a list of my priorities. And I might have mentioned it briefly earlier, but basically my life right now and where I am is that I've been working on a novel for the last, I could say for the last 4 years. Since the inception of that thought or that idea for the novel to now, it's been 4 years. And a lot of people don't understand what that does to a person. They don't get that not having your path written out for you, you know, not being in the sort of career where you go to school, you graduate, you get a job, and not having that sort of linear program where it's all, you know, just in place and you sort of know where you're going. That sort of lifestyle is really hard. And for the last 4 years, I've struggled a lot with balancing the social life, school, work, and then trying to work on a novel that not necessarily anyone really believes in but myself. And that's where all this complaining about my friends come into place. When I sat down that morning, I made a little graph, pie graph, I don't know, whatever they're called, about my time and how it was being spent, right? And I realized that a lot of my time, like a lot of my time, goes to pleasing other people. My time is spent on seeing a friend here, seeing a friend there, or just seeing people in general that are not necessarily doing anything for me. As a person, I grew up valuing friendship a lot. I'm not sure why. I guess I'm sort of sentimental. I value friendships a little more than I think the average person. But what that has done is that it's put me in a position where I have a lot of old friends and a lot of new friends and just a lot of people that ask to hang out, and I, for whatever reason, every time someone reaches out to me, I see it as if I don't hang out with them, it's gonna affect our friendship, or it's like, I don't know, I just feel guilty. I feel guilty for not seeing them. And the thing is that not only are these relationships and friendships not productive in any way, but for the last 4 years, I've been working on this book, or I've had this idea of this book, and this has been my dream for 4 years. So any moment that I have right now that I use up spending time on anything else, not just friends, but on anything else other than working on my novel or working on things that I believe have to do with my career, that is all being wasted. That's all time wasted. Looking at the graph, I realized that this was 100%, especially after Thailand, this was 100% without a doubt the source of my unhappiness. And that's what I mean when I said I got back into this routine of seeing people over and over again, is because I kept on feeling guilty. Once again, now that I got back, I had this mentality of, oh, well, you know, I didn't see this person in 3 months because I was gone. I didn't see this person, I didn't see that person. And weekly, seeing people over and over again, I'm never gonna get anything done. And it's annoying because a lot of times I try to express that I need to write, but if someone asks me if I'm doing something on a certain day and they need a favor, or if they're just trying to hang out and I say, oh, well, I have to write, to them, I don't think it seems like it's a real job or like it's a real priority. And I think that's my own fault for not letting them know that that is a priority and for not making that a priority. Because normally when I say I need to write, it seems like, oh, I'm just writing for fun or something. And I don't think people really understand just what that really means to me. That's why as of 2 weeks ago, I've decided to stop seeing friends. Like, I'm done. And that right there is half of the reason why I want to make this YouTube channel. I'm tired of being surrounded by people that don't understand me. I want to have something else to do. I want to have a project to look forward to other than writing. I want to have something that keeps me in check. And I think having a YouTube channel, and specifically making it to see my progress as a writer and as a person in life, I think is exactly what I need. And ultimately, I'm hoping not to make it into some grand channel, but to communicate with and to reach out to enough people that feel the same way that I do. And in this video, I want to make it clear that it's not always about where you are and what you have that makes you happy. Because as I said, I'm in New York, I have a lot. I didn't always have a lot, right? My family was once upon a time on EBT, okay? But for that one person out there who's watching this, after you finally find this video, I just want you to know, if you're sad and you're miserable, that you can't put all your hopes on getting somewhere one day. Especially if that has to do with getting some sort of material wealth or moving location. I want to show you that even someone who seems to have a lot can be very, very unhappy with himself. So just know that happiness is a state of mind. And the only way to achieve that happiness is to find out what your goal is in life and to prioritize reaching that goal. Because sitting down and figuring out what your goal is not enough. You can be born knowing you want to be an artist. You could be born knowing you want to be a basketball player. You can be born knowing you want to be a writer. Even though not all of us are born knowing this. Some of us discover this over time. But even whether you're born with it or whether you discover it, it's not enough. It's not going to make you happy knowing what you want to do if you're not actually doing it every day. So that's the conclusion that I came to that day. And since then, I've decided to distance myself. And since I'm not gonna have many friends, I'm hoping that this YouTube channel brings me at least a couple people that understand me and that are going through the same thing, so that we can help inspire each other, we can help keep each other motivated, we can just sort of share these tips and share the struggle of what it is to follow your dreams. But as for my YouTube channel, I'd be happy with 100 subscribers. You know, 100 subscribers or 100 people viewing my channel. If I were to walk into a room right now and see 100 people ready to listen and talk to me, I would probably be a little scared, you know? Like 100 people is a lot more. I couldn't reach out to 10 people right now and meet up with them, you know, that agree with me. So just a small number like that would actually make me happy. So if you're like me and you find yourself very unhappy and semi-depressed, and I know there's a lot of people out there that are like this, because I am actually generally a pessimistic person. But I was lucky enough to be raised by my mother, who's very optimistic and always told me that I can do whatever I wanted to. But I have met people, I have friends. One of my ex-girlfriends was a very depressed person who was raised with very negative parents. And I know the impact that that has on you as a person, to be raised by some fucking dick that tells you that you cannot do what you want to do, that you cannot be what you want to be. I've met so many people who I think could be extraordinary, but because of their parents and because of their upbringing, they don't believe they can do it. And for those of you that were brought up like this, and you know who you are, you're the person that your parent tells you you can't go into cinematography because there's no money in it, and that you should go to law school. You're the person who's trying to start their YouTube channel in 2017, almost 2018, and your parents are telling you it's a waste of time. I just want to say, don't listen to them. Of course, now be realistic. If you're like 5'4" and you're trying to make it to the NBA, yeah, the point is, I just want to help inspire as many people as possible, and especially those of you that actually have a really difficult time believing in yourselves and who are surrounded by terrible, terrible people. So that's basically all the footage that got deleted. Now we're gonna switch back to the old me 1 week ago, and yeah. So I'm hoping with this YouTube channel, if I keep going and I have this sort of responsibility to someone who views this and who actually checks up on me, then I'm hoping that I'll be able to overcome this sort of inability to progress, and maybe I'll understand how to focus better, and I'll be able to share that with you. But anyways, if you understand what I'm going through, or if you're going through something worse, you know, share what you feel. I have time to reply. I'm trying my hardest not to go out. It's actually Halloween tonight. Well, this is Halloween weekend, and in New York, that's a big thing because all my friends are out right now, and it's maybe 2 a.m. and I'm just trying to stay strong and not go out and not waste time. And I gotta say, it's been 2 days, Friday and Saturday, and I'm actually pretty happy. I really did have the urge to go out, but I took a nap instead, and then I woke up and I started this. And I gotta say, I do feel happy. I feel better about it. I don't feel bad. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. Yeah, that's basically it. And I don't want you to think that my channel is gonna be just this all the time, me talking, being all boring. But for a while, it's gonna have to be that because I'm not sure what else to do. So if you have absolutely nothing to do, or if you wanna watch more of my videos, just, you know, subscribe or like and comment, and don't dislike this video unless you're a nasty little devil. Then okay, dislike the fucking video. Just know that I would be a little cruel and maybe not the right time. Anyways, that's it. I'm happy I finally got this YouTube channel started. I'm gonna try to post videos every Friday. It's been a while. Yeah, I'm gonna try to post videos every Friday. Singing, hey, na 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 na. Back on the block, really nothing but talk. Singing, And check out my description. I have a little Etsy store that I'm starting, and you know, check it out.